Shalom, this is the Ger in every Parsha, and we're up to Parsha Vayeishev, and I think you're going to like this one. Midrash Rabbah once again, some beautiful stuff here. So let's get right in. The first pasuk says, Vayeishev Yaakov be'eretz Migure Aviv be'eretz Canaan. Migure Aviv be'eretz Canaan. Migure is Lashon Ger. So, the Midrash 84:4 says that another interpretation of Jacob settled, etc. Abraham made proselytes. Yes, we know. And thus it is written, Avram took his wife Sarai, etc., and the souls that they made in Haran, in verse 12:5. And Rabbi Elazar said in the name of Rav Yossi ben Zimra, if all mankind were to gather together to create even one gnat, they could not do it. And yet you say the souls that they made in Haran. How could Abraham have made souls? So he's making a strong argument here. He's saying, if everybody in the whole world would gather together, they wouldn't be able to create a gnat and put a breath of life into it and animate it. So what are you talking about, these souls that they made? So he says, rather, these souls are the proselytes that Abraham converted to the true faith. But why then did Scripture say that they made the souls and did not say that they converted these idolaters to Judaism? It is to teach you that anyone who brings a proselyte close to God is regarded as though he created that person. Okay? So the language is ki'ilu bira'o, is as if he created him. Did he really create him? No, because the whole world gathered together couldn't even create a gnat. So come on. Think about it. It's common sense. You see a person going to the mikveh at 45 years old. Does he come out a newborn baby and all of a sudden there's this magic tricks and transformation? No, it's ridiculous. And that's why he's bringing up a logical argument so that you understand. So what is he talking about? He's talking about the proselytizing. And he says, Midrash says, it has been speaking of Abraham as the proselytizer, and yet the verse states, Asu, they made. The Midrash tells us who the plural Asu comes to include, lest you say that Abraham was proselytizing, but Sarah was not proselytizing. The Torah states the souls that they made in Haran. That he made is not written here, rather that they made is written. This teaches that Sarah participated in Abraham's sacred mission. Rav Chunya said Abraham would convert the men and Sarah would convert the women. The Midrash raises one last difficulty with the word asu, they made. And what does the Torah mean to convey with the expression that they made? It teaches rather that our forefather Abraham would bring the idolaters into his house and give them to eat and drink. And in the process, he would bring them close to God and cause them to enter under the wings of the divine presence. So, that story is brought down somewhere else also. Remember, when Abraham would bring people into the house, there's a couple opinions on what if Abraham had an inn or an orchard, and he would bring these people in, and he would give them food, delicacies in the desert. He would feed them tongue with mustard, and he would tell them to bless God. If they blessed God, he would give it to them. And if they didn't want to bless God, he would tell them to pay for the food. And he would ask them for an absorbent amount, because how could you get delicacies in the desert like that? So here we're given this example as that's how he was converting people. And so it says, he says, in the process, he would bring them close to God and cause them to enter under the wings of the divine presence. And the Midrash has established that Abraham with Sarah was engaged in the holy work of converting idolaters. Were the other two patriarchs similarly occupied? The Midrash addresses this question. Yaakov too made proselytes, as it is written, Jacob said to his household, discard the alien gods that are in your midst, etc. So they gave to Jacob all the alien gods that were in their possession, etc. So if you remember, Levi and Shimon slaughtered the town of Shechem, but they killed only the men. The women and the children were left, and they were absorbed into the house of Israel. They were converted, actually. That's what the text says here, is that when Jacob told them to get rid of their alien gods, that they were going through conversion. Could be very well that some of them married actually some of the sons of Jacob. As we know for sure, Shimon married a Canaanite woman, and also Judah married a Canaanite woman. So, and Rashi says also that one opinion is that all of the sons of Jacob actually married Canaanite women. So, it says, discard the alien gods that are in your midst, etc. So they gave to Jacob all the alien gods that were in their possession. However, we have heard nothing obvious from Scripture regarding Yitzchak. Where do we hear that he too made proselytes? Rav Yitzchak said, and some state in the name of Rav Hoshaya the Great, in the name of Rav Yehuda bar Shimon. Here it is written, Jacob settled in the land of his father's sojournings. Vayeishev Yaakov migure aviv. Be'eretz migure aviv. Now, it should have stated in the land of his father's settlements, which would actually be, let's see, the word, Yeshuve Aviv instead of Megure Aviv. So, what is it coming to? What then is intimated by his father's sojournings? The word Megure, that Jacob settled in the land of his father's proselytizings, meaning that Jacob went back to the area where Yitzchak made converts, and he went and settled amongst those people. It's beautiful, but this strain is just going to be all the way through, and I'm going to pound it home. I'm going to nail it down, because after this we're going to deal with Yosef, and every character in the Torah that is of any significance is either connected to Gerim or is very instrumental in making Gerim, and you're going to see that over and over again. And the next we're going to deal with Yosef. But this has been the Ger in Parshas Vayeishev. Thanks for listening. If anybody ever tells you Judaism is not a proselytizing religion, tell them it's not true. And the reason that Judaism it hasn't been a proselytizing religion is because it's been beat down by the Goyim, and everywhere the Jews went, when they tried to proselytize, there were people who would kill them for it, and it would pass laws and make it illegal. So it's a beaten mentality to say that Judaism is not a proselytizing religion. That's what the Goyim did to you, and that's why you say that. But in reality, Judaism is, always has been, and always will be a proselytizing religion. Thanks for listening. Good Shabbos.